Hey there, today's video I want to discuss adding a dodge and burn to your black and white images. Have you ever had an image like this one which you absolutely loved but thought, oh, wouldn't that look amazing as a black and white? Then you converted it to black and white and it just looks a bit dull. So let's go into Photoshop and I'll show you a quick and easy way to do a dodge and burn on your black and white photos to add some drama and impact, and it's really not that hard. Let's go to Photoshop. Okay, so I have this gorgeous image of sky that I edited and I thought, wouldn't this look amazing black and white? So I went into Film Pack 8 and I used one of my favourite black and white presets, which is 1946 B&B, but it's just losing a little bit of impact. It's losing a little bit of oomph. I could go for something like this, but it's just a little too harsh. This one's not too bad, but it still just loses a little bit too. So I'm just going to go back to this one. I love it because it's got a little bit of skin softening, but it is not plastic. So I'm just going to save that and I'm going to go back into Photoshop. Now you could just put a black and white layer over the top, and let me just show you that. Again, still looks flat. So I'm going to take that one out and I've got this. Now what I want to do is add dodge and burn. Now I've got actions that can do this, but I'm going to show you how to do it from scratch. So you need to come into your adjustment layers and you need 2 curves layers. Just like that. Then what you need to do is, if you don't double click on it, you can darken or burn, or you can lighten or dodge. And what I'm going to do is go to the curves layer and I'm going to make it darker. Then I'm going to go to the lighten layer and I'm going to make it lighter. Then I'm going to hit Control I to invert both of those. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back and paint it on. So I want B for brush, and I'm going to press X to make that white. Right click and I'm going to drop my hardness all the way down and drop my brush down a bit. So I'm on the darken layer, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint in, now this is all completely non-destructive, and it's not scary like using the dodge and burn tools if you're not used to using them in Photoshop. Because I'm using a curves layer, we can tone this down, and I'll show you that in a tick. So I'm just loosely painting it on. I'm just slapping it on. I'm not even being particularly careful where I'm painting it. A little bit around the eyes, around the nose, anywhere where you've got shadow. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to feather that. See how that softens it up? So now I'm going to go maybe a bit brighter, and I'm going to put, and because we're doing a curves layer, when I paint the highlights back in, it's only affecting those bright areas, and when I'm painting the shadows in, it's only affecting those shadow areas. Now this is actually a bit too bright, but that's okay. To her cheeks. Didn't like what I did just then, so I'm just going to reverse that and paint it out. So this is the area that I've painted. Okay, so I'm going to feather that as well. You can, if you want to, you can come back in. You can either drop the opacity or you can drop those highlights a little bit there. Sometimes I find it's easier to go strong and then drop the opacity down a little bit. So that's without and that's with. Just gives that little bit of punch. Love it. One other thing I want to show you is how to add a little bit of drama to your eyes, and you can use the same method. So this time around I'm going to click on my actions, and these are available on the website if you want, and that's done pretty much exactly the same thing, dark, light, etc. What I'm going to do is with a round brush, I am going to darken along the edges of the eye. You can darken up the eyelashes. Now if you make your brush a bit bigger, you can just tap in the dark part of the eye as well. You can also, with a very small brush, you can come in and you can dodge and burn the striations in the eye. Of course, you don't have to go quite this far, but you can if you want. Then if I go over to light, again, I can paint some of those striations in. Now, making my brush a bit bigger, I'm going to tap in that catch light, and I'm also going to put in a little bit of highlight through here and along the waterline. So that's without and that's with. So now the whole image has quite a lot more pop. I find this corner here is a little bit annoying, so what I'm going to do is put on a new layer. I'm going to make my brush a little bit bigger. I'm going to sample this colour and I'm just going to paint that in because I'm just finding it just a little bit distracting. And maybe if I drop my opacity to 50% or thereabouts, I can tone these water ripples back as well. Maybe even. No, I'll leave that there as it is. Okay, so that's pretty much it. So that's it. Photoshop doesn't have to be scary. Jump in, have a go. Remember, it's non-destructive, so you're not really going to hurt your image if you're working in layers. So I hope you found this video helpful. Maybe give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Hit that little bell for notifications, and I will see you next time on the channel.